Welcome to my channel. Today we will talk about the second episode of the amazing digital circus, discuss its contents and try to guess what awaits us next. Will there be new characters and when will this second episode be released? Although there is still a lot of debate about the second episode, because the pilot has just been released, which, strictly speaking, is not the first episode. But it doesn't matter, in previous videos we have already looked at many intriguing details, including possible new characters and their role in the digital circus. We wondered which of them could attract more attention and for what reasons, while missing important details. The digital circus is not just a funny joke or horror, it is rather a black comedy offering us a reason to laugh and reflect. Maybe we'll find a reason to be scared or sad there, too. The pilot has already shown us that the history of the amazing digital circus is very interesting and rich, and it's only been 6 months since its release. What will happen next? Let's start with the most discussed aspect, the new characters. Yes, it's a hackneyed topic, but it's always interesting to see if they'll appear in the second episode. New characters may be an additional fresh breeze in the digital circus. Imagine some beautiful and eccentric character with unique manners, a real artist. And yet, who will they be and why are they so important? When we talk about new characters, we immediately imagine different people locked up in a digital prison. But why hasn't anyone thought yet that the new characters could be NPCs, ordinary characters created by the circus itself or Kane? After all, we already had an enemy in the first adventure with the glowings. But what kind of enemies can there be in a circus where everything is safe? In fact, this is an ideal world where there is no need to eat, sleep or die, everything is checked. Therefore, characters such as the glowing queen cannot be taken seriously. It's just a PC. But imagine Kane creating someone more serious. It is unlikely that this is possible, but artificial intelligence can create enemies for our heroes so that they cannot complete the adventure. After all, the most interesting thing in adventures is to fight monsters in the dungeon. It would seem that the characters can just get out through the escalator. But I think in order for the circus to create someone truly scary, you need to strictly break its rules. Let's say if the characters somehow bypass Kane's system, abandon his adventure, then the system will act harshly and inflexibly. Perhaps this is a hint that you cannot go against the system in the Matrix, and it will be interesting to see how this situation develops. Will a cruel enemy appear in the digital circus? We can already draw conclusions from NPCs, but what about new people, new characters? In one of the videos, I suggested the idea of a new character appearing. Some of the old ones might just disappear. You can look at this theory, and it is quite possible that the addition of a new character will happen. By the way, Gauss said that each character will get their own episode. There are only 6 of them, and there are 8 episodes, if you count the pilot. Even Kane can be counted on this list. But who will be the hero of the additional episodes? Perhaps new characters will appear. As for the new rooms, this is a really interesting topic. We have already seen that the circus has dorm rooms for the characters, and we have to find out what happened to the residents of these rooms and what is actually there. Presumably, we will learn about the rooms of each of the current characters, but it is interesting to learn about the other rooms crossed out with the word exit. There must be real devastation there. Although, when we looked into Khan's room, we didn't see anything terrible except the drawings on the walls and the inscription exit. Maybe thinking too much about getting out makes people crazy? Kane is a surprisingly mysterious character who attracts attention with his mystery. Everything about him hints that he is the main villain. His strange behavior is not credible, especially considering Kaufman's drawing on the wall of his room, where Kane is shown trying to eat a fleeing clown. It turns out that Kane is holding people hostage in the digital world and just having fun with them. However, it's worth remembering that Kane is just an artificial intelligence. He doesn't care who got into this digital world. His task is to entertain everyone who happens to be here. Our heroes communicate with the digital world through the character of Kane. Perhaps he is not a heartless maniac, but simply does not understand people's feelings, since he is not a human being himself. At times, Kane behaves covertly and evasively, which arouses secret curiosity. It will be interesting to see how Kane reveals himself in the future. Although he is programmed for positive actions, there is always an opportunity to make him lose his temper. And what happens if all the characters refuse to participate in Kane's adventure? What will happen then? In future episodes, I am sure we will be given the opportunity to find out the answers to these questions. We have already seen the concepts of the tent and the circus device, but what lies behind this digital world, including the void? For sure, this question will not be left unanswered, and eventually we will understand how this world works and what it was created for, as well as how new characters get here. Perhaps our hero will be able to break this system in the finale, if the plot develops along this path. The main character and the latest human trapped into the circus, while Kane is the AI ringmaster. Their companions include humans trapped in the circus for years, including Jax, Raga, Gangle, Zubble, and Kinger. The first episode does a fantastic job establishing these characters, their dynamics with one another, and their personalities. For example, Jax falls into the trickster archetype, while Raga is more of a compassionate caregiver. Fans are eager to see more of these characters, especially because many of them have already become fan favorites in such a short amount of time. Therefore, it's no surprise that a Tumblr user asked Gooseworks of episodes would have dedicated stories for each character. Goosework responded that with a complete season, every character should get their own little episode. Naturally, fans expected these episodes to center around the characters introduced in the pilot. However, Gooseworks gave a curveball when another user asked which character the second episode would be about by stating it was for a character the audience hasn't met yet. If Gooseworks is honest with these answers, we can discern that the second episode will introduce a new character. Oddly enough, the theme song for the first episode includes everyone who currently lives in the circus. There's even a placeholder for Kfmo, who didn't attend to be a part of the sequence. When Pomi arrives at the circus afterward, Jax expresses dismay at the need to do the theme song again if she is an actual person and not an NPC. When a user tasks Gooseworks with describing the following episodes with a single word, the word for the second episode was boy. Assumingly the character the audience hasn't met is male and he hasn't joined the circus yet. It's possible that he may be a new human arriving after Pomi, or an NPC introduced by Kane to keep an eye on the other characters. Kane, is this one of your PCS, or is this a new sucker? Cause if it's a new character. Number 2, Pomi learns more about the circus. The first episode of the digital circus follows Pomi when she joins the virtual world. She has no memory of her life outside the circus, including her name, and she learns she has no opportunity to escape. Pom's first day at the circus includes an introduction to her fellow humans, and she quickly befriends Ratha, the most welcoming of the group. Pomi also learns some of the facets of the circus, like how Kane controls most of it, how they have daily adventures to keep their minds sharp, and that they're only permitted to travel through a handful of areas. Unfortunately, the information the audience and Pomi learn about the circus is simple. Humans become trapped there when they put on a virtual headset and they don't know how to escape, and they go about their daily lives trying to keep themselves from going insane. It seems like the other characters have lived in the circus for so long that they care more about surviving than learning the truth. But as the newest addition to the circus, Pomi may have the drive to uncover secrets Kane would rather keep hidden. There are many things that Pomi could uncover, including who made the digital circus, and the answer may be inside the exit rooms from the pilot. In the first episode, Pomi tries to escape using an exit door, but instead of waking up in the real world, she finds herself trapped in a maze of an. I'm interested in what you think, and I'm waiting for a response in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell so that you don't miss new videos.